Welcome back everyone. Today, we're going on another exciting journey into the world of British coins where small pieces of metal can sometimes be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In this video, we'll explore the top 3 most valuable UK coins, the 2 shilling, 50 pence, and 1 penny, and discuss how different conditions, mint marks, and years can dramatically affect their value. Let's get started. First up, the 1959 United Kingdom 2 shilling coin. Although it might look like just another pre-decimal coin, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Whether you found one in an old coin jar or inherited it from family, you might be surprised to learn how this coin holds both historical and collector value. In this video, we'll explore its history, design, rarity, and how much it can fetch in the current auction market even in circulated or damaged condition. The British 2 shilling coin, also known as a florin, has a long and rich history dating back to the mid-19th century. The coin was first introduced in 1849 as part of an early attempt to decimalize British currency, since 2 shillings represented 1/10 of a pound. The 1959 issue came during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, only a few years after her coronation in 1953. By 1959, the UK was still using the pre-decimal currency system, where 12 pence made a shilling and 20 shillings made a pound. The 2 shilling coin continued to circulate widely until decimalisation in 1971, when it became equivalent to 10 new pence. Despite being demonetised in 1993, it remains a popular collectible piece due to its link to early Elizabethan coinage and the transition period of Britain's economy. The 1959 2 shilling coin features a stunning design by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas. On the obverse side, you'll find the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the laurel wreath, the first portrait used on her coins. The inscription reads Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse design proudly displays a Tudor rose in the centre, surrounded by a thistle, shamrock, and leek symbols representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales respectively. Around the edge, the inscription reads FID Def 2 shillings 1959. The coin is made from cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, and weighs approximately 11.3 grams with a diameter of 28.5 millimeters. Its reeded edge and fine detailing make it a visually appealing coin, even after decades of circulation. While the 1959 2 shilling isn't considered extremely rare, it still holds steady demand among British coin collectors, especially those completing a full Queen Elizabeth II pre-decimal set. Millions were minted, but the majority were heavily circulated, which means finding one in excellent condition is becoming increasingly uncommon. Even coins in circulated or slightly damaged condition have collector interest due to their age and historical charm. Coins with scratches, dullness, or wear marks may only bring modest prices, but those with full details visible and even toning can fetch more. Collectors often look for clear date stamps, visible legends, and well-defined portraits of the Queen. Proof-like or uncirculated versions, especially in original mint sets, can command much higher values. In today's coin market, the 1959 2 shilling in circulated condition generally sells for around $534,000, depending on the level of wear and eye appeal. Coins in fine to very fine condition can fetch between $314,000, while uncirculated or mint condition pieces may reach $122,000, especially when verified by grading services like NGC or PCGS. Interestingly, some rare varieties or coins with minting errors such as off-center strikes, double die lettering, or planchette flaws have been known to sell at auction for $40 to $80 or more. Although not a high-value coin in general circulation, its historical significance and collectability keep it relevant in the numismatic community. If sold at major online auction platforms like eBay or through coin dealers, the price can fluctuate depending on collector demand and the overall market for pre-decimal British coins. If you own a 1959 2 shilling coin, it's important to handle it carefully. Always hold it by the edges to avoid fingerprints, and store it in a dry, cool place inside a protective coin holder or flip. For cleaning, resist the temptation. Cleaning a coin can significantly reduce its value. Instead, leave the natural patina intact, as collectors appreciate originality. If you're planning to collect more coins from this era, try to focus on coins from the early 1950s to early 1960s, as they mark the beginning of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign. Also, consider collecting proof versions or coins from mint sets, which are typically preserved in better condition. Keeping track of recent auction results can also help you understand price trends and spot undervalued coins. The 1959 United Kingdom 2 shilling coin may not be the rarest piece of British coinage, but it carries a special charm that captures the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the final chapter of the pre-decimal currency system. Even in circulated or damaged condition, it remains a beloved collectible among enthusiasts and history lovers alike. So, if you come across this coin, Don't overlook it, it's more than just an old piece of metal. It's a small piece of British heritage that continues to hold both sentimental and collector value. Next up, the 1979 United Kingdom 50 new pence coin. Even if yours looks worn, tarnished, or dirty, don't underestimate it. This iconic seven-sided coin has an interesting history, unique design features, and, in some cases, surprising value on the collector's market, even in damaged or circulated condition. So, make sure to watch till the end as we explore its history, rarity, and current value in dollars, plus some essential tips for collectors who want to preserve or sell this vintage coin. The 50 new pence coin was first introduced in 1969, replacing the old 10 shilling note as part of the UK's move toward decimalisation. By 1979, this coin had already become a familiar part of everyday currency in Britain. The 1979 issue features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which had been used on UK coinage since 1968. This coin was part of the pre-1997 series, meaning it was larger and heavier than the current 50p coins we use today. The 1979 version was minted in cupronickel, giving it that distinctive silver color and durable feel. While millions were produced for circulation, certain features and the passage of time have made even circulated examples interesting to collectors, especially those seeking complete decimal coin sets. The 1979 50 new pence stands out for its heptagonal shape, a seven-sided design that's instantly recognizable and perfectly engineered to roll smoothly in machines. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Around her portrait, you'll find the inscription, Elizabeth II D. Reg of D. 1979, which means Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, features the seated figure of Britannia holding a trident and shield beside a lion, a powerful national symbol of the United Kingdom. The word new pence appears above, with the denomination 50 below. Collectors appreciate this design because it represents the final years before the inscription changed from new pence to just 50 pence in 1982, marking the end of an era. Now, let's talk about rarity. While the 1979 50p is not considered extremely rare, its desirability lies in its historical significance and the fact that the large-size 50p coins were withdrawn from circulation in 1998. This means they no longer appear in everyday use, and finding one, even a dirty, worn, or scratched example, has become increasingly uncommon. Collectors typically look for uncirculated or proof condition coins, but surprisingly, even damaged or dirty coins attract interest, especially among beginner collectors or those completing a full decimal era collection. Some buyers enjoy cleaning and restoring these coins, while others prefer their original, aged look as part of the coin's history. Though not scarce, the 1979 coin still carries symbolic value, especially when paired with earlier new pence issues. So, what is a 1979 50 new pence coin worth in today's market? In circulated or dirty condition, this coin typically sells for $524,000, depending on overall wear and eye appeal. However, examples in brighter or lightly circulated condition can reach $316,000 on online platforms like eBay or coin auctions. In uncirculated or brilliant condition, collectors might pay up to $114,000, especially if the coin has been well preserved in a protective holder. While it's not among the rarest or most valuable UK coins, its historical design and connection to the early decimal period keep it relevant in numismatic circles. Auctions. You might see sets including the 1979 coin sell for higher prices, often $20 to $50 depending on presentation and condition, if you happen to own a 1979 50 new pence coin. Here are a few key tips. Avoid harsh cleaning. Cleaning with chemicals or abrasives can permanently damage the coin's surface and reduce its value. If your coin is dirty, gently rinse it with mild soap and water and pat it dry with a soft cloth. Store properly. Keep your coin in a dry, cool place, ideally inside a plastic coin flip or holder to prevent further tarnishing. Check for errors. While rare, some coins may have misaligned strikes or die variations, which can increase value. Watch the market. Coin values fluctuate with demand, so keep an eye on recent eBay listings or auction results to know the latest prices. Build a set. Collecting. All new pence 50p issues from 1969 to 1981 can add depth and value to your collection. To wrap things up, the 1979 United Kingdom 50 new pence coin may not make you instantly rich, but it holds tremendous historical and nostalgic value. Even in a dirty or circulated condition, it represents a piece of the UK's decimalisation era and the craftsmanship of British coin design. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, coins like these remind us that every piece of metal carries a story of a time, a monarch, and a nation in transition. So, take another look at those old coins you have tucked away. That worn 1979 50p might just be more interesting and valuable than you think. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1962. Even if your coin is in bad or damaged condition, you might be wondering, Does it still hold any collector value? Well, stick around as we explore its fascinating history, unique features, and current auction market value in US dollars. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of what your 1962 penny is really worth and what to look for if you're hoping to sell or collect one. The 1962 British 1 penny belongs to the final generation of large bronze pennies minted before the United Kingdom adopted decimalisation in 1971. These coins were part of a series that had been in continuous production since 1860, featuring the famous design of Britannia, the female personification of Britain, holding a trident and shield. In 1962, the coin was struck under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, making it one of the early coins of her reign. This was a time when the UK was still transitioning from post-war austerity into a modern industrial age. The Royal Mint produced millions of these pennies, which circulated widely across the country. The coin's denomination 1 penny might sound small today, but in the early 1960s, it still had enough value to buy a small treat or a bus fare. This coin was made of 95.5% copper, 3% tin, and 1.5% zinc, weighing around 9.4 grams and measuring 30.8 millimeters in diameter, a solid, heavy piece of British coinage that symbolized stability and craftsmanship. The obverse front of the 1962 penny features a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This early portrait shows the Queen without a crown, facing right, with the Latin inscription Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse displays the iconic image of Britannia seated facing right, holding a trident in her left hand and a shield with a Union Jack beside her. Below her is the denomination 1 penny and the year 1962. While the design was traditional, minor variations and minting errors can make certain examples more collectible. Some rare varieties include die cracks, off-center strikes, and planchette errors, which may increase their market value even if the coin is not in perfect condition. When it comes to the 1962 penny, rarity is not its strongest point. Over 250 million were minted, making it quite common in circulated condition. However, collectors still seek these coins for completing early Queen Elizabeth II sets or for educational and display purposes. In bad or damaged condition, meaning heavy wear, corrosion, or scratches, the coin loses most of its numismatic premium. However, some collectors still buy these worn pieces for historical or sentimental reasons, especially if they feature minting errors or unusual toning. If your coin is bent, corroded, or heavily tarnished, its value primarily comes from its metal content and historical appeal, rather than collector demand. Yet, in rare cases, even damaged coins have sold for surprising amounts at online auctions if they exhibit unique flaws or minting characteristics. In today's market, the value of a 1962 1 penny in bad condition is generally quite low, usually around $432,000 when sold individually. However, bulk lots of these coins, even in poor shape, can fetch $5 to $10 depending on the number of pieces and overall appearance. For coins in fine to extremely fine condition, the price can rise to $1 to $3, and for uncirculated or proof examples, collectors have been known to pay $321,000 or more, especially for coins with sharp details and original luster. Interestingly, some rare era pennies from 1962 have fetched over $114,000 at auction, but those are the exception, not the rule. If you think your coin might have a minting flaw, it's worth getting it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or numismatic expert before selling. If you're interested in collecting 1962 1 penny coins, here are a few quick tips. Condition matters. Even though older coins have charm, collectors value those with minimal wear, clear inscriptions, and visible details. Handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Check for errors. Look for off-center strikes, double lettering, or unusual metal tones. These could indicate a valuable minting error. Avoid cleaning coins. Cleaning a coin can drastically reduce its value. Collectors prefer coins in their natural, aged state. Storage. Keep your coins in acid-free holders or coin flips to prevent further oxidation or damage. Research market trends. Before selling, browse auction sites like eBay or numismatic forums to understand the latest prices and demand trends. The 1962 United Kingdom 1 penny may not be a rare treasure in most cases, especially in bad condition, but it still carries a piece of British history in its coppery surface. For many collectors, it's more than just a coin. It's a tangible connection to the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II and a bygone era of pre-decimal British money. So, whether your penny is shiny or worn, spotless or scratched, it holds a story worth keeping. And who knows? That old, damaged penny sitting in your drawer might just be the spark that starts your coin collecting journey. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below which coin you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video, and happy collecting. United Kingdom money bag.